It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You're rocking with Bob. Thanks for joining for episode 86. Round of applause. Yeah, hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving. Now we gotta get back in the gym, get all that good stuff, or just had some time off, enjoyed it. You know, now the holiday's over. But unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, I talked about it before. I talked about the 3D printer, where now they're gonna be making meat, getting different sources of meat. It's chicken. Well, now the vice president of Campbell, he got caught up making the comment where he's like, "No, I don't eat that 3D printed meat, chicken." And then he said it was for poor people. That's now he's on leave. Because to make that type of comment is just out of control. But if it's a biological engineer on the back of the label, then most likely it is basically being printed. I don't know when did this start, but now we really need to pay attention. I mean, you always gotta pay attention to what you put in your body, especially older you get, you gotta pay attention to what you put in your body. But for him to just come out there and say that, disrespectful. But I mean, how many people probably ate some type of printed meat, man? It's like, hey, I don't got nothing against the meat. It's just now with the food that they're packing in the stores, the processed food. That's where it's like you gotta watch out what you eat. You gotta try to find a fresh spot who makes fresh food. You gotta find some type of, or and trust that they're doing the right thing when they're producing their product or even selling it. Because that's just a shame. Because for him to talk so down about his company, like, I'm not eating that. Like, that's for poor people. So yeah, so that's what they had said on there. I'll play a clip, disrespectful, but
I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
Campbell's Soup vice president just said that their soups have 3D printed meat in them. He was also caught on recording saying that Campbell's products are for poor people and that he won't eat them because he knows that they are unhealthy with the bioengineered meat in them. This was all caught on audio recording by an employee named Robert Garza of Michigan. Garza filed a lawsuit against Campbell's on Thursday and released audio he says features Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally. A Campbell's Soup Company spokesperson released a statement that said, "We are proud of the food we make, the people who make it, and the high quality ingredients we use. The comments on the recording are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. Keep in mind the alleged comments are made by an IT person who has nothing to do with how we make our food. If the recordings are legitimate, the comments are unacceptable and they do not reflect our values and the culture of our company." Mr.
so they're gonna deny that, of course. 'Cause that's the number one thing you should deny. But you know, we I did talk about them printing type of meat now, especially the way robots and technology is moving. It's definitely gonna be less cost effective for these companies. They instead of and then let's do the math. Let's just do the math. Them of everybody, probably billion, probably 100 million people eating certain meats or all over the U.S. Where are all these animals? So it's of course this now is the time when the technology getting very advanced. This is definitely the times you're gonna see more companies taking shortcuts. They're not gonna get you a fresh meat pause, but we have to just ourselves. We just gotta sometimes you gotta just put a stop at eating certain things. That is not going to be healthy even moving forward, because I mean we don't know how long we've been consuming this stuff and putting this stuff in our body and and becoming unhealthy. But hey, it's like they're just blindly just trying to just put that in our face, like, yeah, look, I'm like, well, y'all eat that, no, we don't eat that. So it's like that's a little bit disrespectful, but I'm glad they had handled his situation, but hey, man, that's just eye opening, yeah, there's gonna be some more, products and meat starting to be processed through machine. That's not gonna be real. I remember talking way back, how how they had the machine where they actually could just print your meat. When we talk about how many people probably ate a printed steak, how many people probably entered a printed hamburger. You know, so it's just we don't we just don't know how it's gonna affect our body eating that type of thing. Because you're just putting more chemicals in your body, and eventually it's going to take its toll and damage your body. So that was not a good look. That was not a good look for Campbell. Uh, Campbell soup, and then they said even at Walmart, they dropped the price on there. Yeah, I bet y'all did. I bet y'all did drop the price on that. Nobody who's gonna really eat that. But another thing people was talking about that now like I said, I talked about it before. About this AI music, how it's taken over. So now it's even to the point where they had a lawsuit with MMG about the music rights and things like that. Well, now they just said, hey, we're gonna partnership with the new tool Suno, that makes music where it arranges music, it comes up with the song, it makes beats, things like that. They said Suno recently raised 250 million. At one point it was valued at 2.45 billion. But now they talked about the 100 million. But now that it's shown that Warner Music, they actually partnership with them, so now you can see how these record labels are not even wasting no time. They're seeing how now music AI music's on the charts, so now they're looking at it like, damn, there's definitely consumers listening to this. Now it's to the point where they're profiting off this. We talked about them signing, the new AI artist, $3 million, but now it's cutting down to the rights parts. Like, who's gonna get these rights? Or do you own these rights if you use these tools? And now it's surely that it depends how much you put in the system of this tool. Because yes, it is a tool, but now if that tool, any AI music tool, is giving you word by word, they're gonna own the right. You're not gonna own that right, and you're gonna have to prove, as in keeping all your work and everything that's showing through this song process, you wrote the song. Because obviously it's not your voice anymore, so they can't. They're not taking the rights of the voice, but they're taking the rights of the work. So if you wrote the song, you could still get rights. But if you didn't write the song, then somebody else got to get that 50%. So they're showing how now how it's starting to be a breakdown process. Like, because now you're using these tools, because they know they say even like by 75 million songs and now AI on Spotify, Apple, different things now are out there. So now people are trying to break down the rights of it. Like, who's getting these rights? Who's taking half of what? And now you see these big labels are partnership with these tools because they know all the music that they are consuming is coming from actual real artists. That's how I feel. All these tools that they're using, they're getting it from somewhere. Yeah, they're gonna get it from music library. You're getting it from all these artists, but they're not telling you who's voice. They're not telling you who's harmony. Nobody's telling you whose words. They're not saying anything. They just put it in a machine and it's doing its job. It's just giving you music. So you was talking about that. Breaking things down.
Industry just crossed into a brand new era. Performing rights organizations such as BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, and the Mechanical Licensing Collective, the MLC, are now allowing songwriters to register songs that are partially created using artificial intelligence. Now, you've been hearing me talk about how AI is here and that we have to adapt and embrace it, or you'll fall by the wayside. Right now, there's over 75 million AI songs on Spotify. So naturally, the industry has to adapt. And for the first time ever, songwriters can now register a song and earn royalties from a song that was created using AI assistance. Even though you can now register songs that were created with AI, it's all new to the performing rights organizations as well. So right now, they have some very basic guidelines. And I'm sure these AI guidelines will change once they get a better understanding in this AI world. Now let's break it down. So BMI, ASCAP, and SOCAN are the performing rights organizations that are responsible for collecting and paying out the royalties to songwriters when your song is performed publicly, such as on the radio, TV, nightclubs, etc. And now they're allowing songwriters to register partially AI-generated musical works. For clarity, a partially AI-generated musical work is defined as one that combines elements of AI-generated musical content with elements of human authorship. So, well, the music industry just
And it's a it's a changing time. I used to be like, damn, it's a scary time. But then I'm like, yo, a lot of things evolved throughout the years. Like this thing is it's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get to the point where now they like, hey, okay, you're like, yeah, I put the song together. Let me go ahead and get the copyrights of it. They're like, yeah, you go ahead and do that. Certain things that you wrote but don't use the whole machine thinking that okay, yeah, because if somebody actually really plays that back, and you don't have any of the information that you wrote the song or you put things together, they're gonna come and take that. They're gonna come and take that because obviously they know it's not your voice, but now it's not your words. So it's about to be, it's about to be definitely now. It's not to dissect the real payments of this AI music thing that people are really generating, and it's a whole nother different level. It's a different another level. So everybody gotta be, it's definitely a tool that's not going nowhere. Now you see that Universal Music is partnership with them, and it's showing that hey, you're gonna use our voices, you're gonna use this, hey, you're gonna have to pay the artist. But then they say, are you really paying the artist? Because if you own the rights to their music, that's really just paying the label. You're not paying the artist. Some people who owns their actual music can get royalties and things like that. But if you don't own any of your music, then it just goes right to the label. So, but
All right, baby, let me break this down in plain English. Warner Music Group just shook hands with Udio, yes, the same AI platform they were dragging.
They dropped the lawsuits because they realized something. AI is not going anywhere. They can't stop it, so now they're joining it.
And baby, they're launching a whole licensed AI music platform in 2026. Protected royalties, official revenue streams. Artists finna get paid from AI collabs legally, safely, and without all the drama that Udio just went through.
So yeah, the label's locked in with AI now. The future already started. The only question left is, are YOU ready to join the future?
ah, you know. But now it's gonna, like I said, everything should be separate. But bad part about it, they're not making it separate. I feel like they're gonna join everything together. You know, I talked about another thing where AI is definitely going to replace different jobs. They're showing slowly but surely is exactly is doing that. It's showing different percentages, different companies looking into these tools that is taking away a lot of job opportunities and they're going to replace a lot of things. It's definitely a changing time. You can see it. You can see everything. It's everything that unfortunately that I did speak upon. A lot of these things are taking place. And they're slowly showing different companies are paying attention and they're getting hit with AI. They're using AI in their company and finding the way to cut people out of work. So it's gonna be a scary time. What we gonna say? Another 5, 10 years. It's definitely gonna be a scary time. But everybody has to get everything to this. I guess gotta get hip to what's going on next. What's how? Because at the end of the day, there's gonna be other opportunities when it comes to AI. There's gonna be other jobs now that people need to be hip to. I just say all the kids, definitely you kids get them involved with any type of AI software or anything like that. I mean, that's just start so they can just start programming themselves to be aware of what's going on with AI. Um, Also, they can be ahead of us or different generations to come. That's what I see. You know, but we all have to be aware. We all have to be aware, and you know, as yo. So NASA did talk about the AI atlas and what's going on in the sky and what is it? They still calling it a comet, but they they had a presentation where they did discuss everything. Just trying to just let us know, yeah, it's still a comet and this and that. But people was like, "Yo, what kind of pictures did you take, man? What was those little pictures? You had a dot. You had a little dot, and people were like, what is that dot? We want to see it because the object is they said the size of Manhattan. Why are we only getting a little dot? People was like, that's all you showed. So other people still taking their speculation of what it looks like, but still nobody. I want to see what it looks like. Still never seen a full picture, 3D or image that can be like, oh, okay, that's what that looks like. So to have a dot picture the way that was, oh, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. They did have a thing where they broke everything down. But people still want to know, like, hey, yeah, we gotta. I want to see more. Like, show us more. What's going on? Like, show us more. But and they said it's moving pretty fast. It's still speed. It's running speed, but it's just I guess just finally just announcing it and saying something about it that it brought people a little bit at ease, I guess, or that's what they meant to do. They still calling it a comment. I don't know if it's a comment. We still don't think it's a comment. We gotta feel it's a comment or not. I don't know. But everybody's still paying attention to the three eye atlas, seeing what's going on in space. And, and see how that goes. I don't know. Oh man. But I did get a chance to see some movies. I did check out the Kevin Hart, you know, acting my age. Shout out to Kevin Hart. He always putting something together, especially that's something that you can relate in different to different ages. I guess now that's his part of his life. He's um making comedy that we're experiencing that he's going on and getting older and what people go through and things like that. Everybody's gonna get older, regardless. So you're gonna go through these type of experience. So he put it in his own comical way, making people laugh. Hey, it's another special right under his belt. Go check that out. Definitely did a great job in that. But that joint was funny. That was, especially with what is gorillas. I mean his journey. But I play a clip. What he talking about?
The person responsible for ginger ale is medicine. I want to meet you. It's not. I really want to meet the person responsible for convincing black people that ginger ale is medicine. I want to meet you. It's not medicine. It's soda. You want to know what's not in ginger ale? Ginger. How about we start there, people? My friends swear by ginger ale. They swear by it. My friend Harry, his knee's been messed up for over 10 years. I know it's his meniscus. I know it is. As Harry was wrong with his knee, he goes, I slept wrong. I just got to let it loosen up. Spank goes, you got to drink some ginger ale. Harry goes, word? This is a true story. Harry goes, word? He said, I'm telling you, drink some ginger ale. Harry orders the ginger ale, drinks it, stands up. He goes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. You lying bitch.
When you was like young, that's definitely something happened. You always some reason, your parents, mom always tell you, like, yo, go drink some ginger ale. Like, oh, my stomach hurt. Go drink some ginger ale. Not feeling well. Go get some ginger ale. Like black people do be thinking that ginger ale is like the cure, of different things. But that's definitely Kevin Hart definitely relating to everybody, and definitely putting on the show again. Only complaints of it is too short, but I was playing. But yeah, everybody want more. I know him. He's gonna come out with some more. So definitely check out that when you get a chance on Netflix. You know, and still sticking on Netflix. 50 Cent said, "Hey, I'm not capping. I do got the Diddy documentary coming out." I was like, "Oh man, the man's in jail. The man's going through his time. He tried to get his life together." And there go 50. 50 like, yo, whatever the vendetta or whatever Diddy did to 50, he's not letting it slide. That's all I know. So he's definitely right behind him. Pause. Just get about to put that documentary right out. Whatever they've been working on. But yeah, he's announcing that. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out. He said December 2nd, somewhere around there. But yeah, it's right up the corner. So next week is definitely gonna be out. And he just recently posted like, I got no vendetta. He said he had his, because he had his sons in his TV shows, a series. So he don't have nothing against the family. I don't know. He may really see the opportunity as a good story, and he want to tell the Diddy story and or tell more stuff. But he's in definitely position of controlling these type of things, and he's going full for it. He's going full for it. So yeah, the Diddy documentaries, 50 said is coming out. 50 Cent said it's coming out soon. So people are gonna want to see what's in this documentary, anything new that somebody don't know about, what is gonna develop. But he already did his, already sentenced. He's doing his time, so I don't think he's gonna add on anything else. So it's just gonna be another another reason why I leave 50 Cent alone. No, he's not the person to play with because he doesn't let anything go. He's definitely you know, he's the type of person that say, "You beef with me, you gonna beef forever." But even though that that's coming out soon, Diddy is doing they said then he had a Thanksgiving for 1,000 people in jail, so he's trying to do some some I guess good feastings for the people who's in his is in jail with him, um just to give them I guess a nice feast even though they're behind bars. So there've been pictures of him in jail now. They're showing him saying he like looks like he's adapting, getting along with inmates, smiling, doing everything. Only thing I don't know if it was AI or not, but I don't know why they had the baby oil in the back. Like why why do they still have the? I don't know if that's AI. That's the problem with AI right now. You don't know if these pictures are real or not real because they showed the picture where he's with inmates smiling, then he had the baby oil in the back. I mean, he could be a fan of baby oil, but it's just in jail. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of baby oil going around in jail, but it's just still have that in the picture is crazy. That's that's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, we hope Diddy holds his head and stay in good spirits, do his time, come home, learn his lesson, be a new man, be with his family, and then get back to business. So, and I'm not talking about the other business, but yeah, but hey, wish Diddy the best. Even though 50 still ain't forgiven, given, so he's definitely got that documentary on Netflix. And sticking with Netflix, man, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, because he was supposed to fight, Tank, but something happened with that situation. So now he's thinking about fighting Anthony Joshua, and he's a heavyweight. So it's like, now there's rumors talking about, oh, there's got to be something in the contract where it shows that he's not gonna use his full strength. So now it kind of gets tricky because if you're paying, everybody to come see you watch the fight, and then also the people who subscribe to Netflix, we gonna want a good fight. We don't want an entertainment fight. I mean, because the one that you just did with Mike Tyson, obviously 58 things that's so he's not gonna be in the best, uh his prime, but he still was showing good life and still speed. You still don't want to go no rounds with Mike Tyson, and he showed he did. But this is a different bull. This is a different person where he does this for real too. And in the show the highlight, I was like, I had to look at his highlights. He's a heavy hitter, knocking out people left and right. So people are gonna still want to see that. They're going to see that. So either this the fight is gonna determine, is Jake Paul always bullshitting the public, or is he coming out to do things for real? Because he has to go around with them. People showing that, hey, everybody his knockout ability, so he can't take it easy on you like that. You gotta still. I mean, yeah, still show his skills of boxing, but it ain't gonna be no, what I mean, it can't be no looking like it's fake. So it's gonna have to be an interesting watch, because he's gonna have to take some hits. And then looking at both highlights, I was looking at both highlights. I was like, oh, they put a little highlights thing for Jake too. His ability of knocks. We're not saying he can't box, but like they say, there's always levels of different boxing. There's always techniques and different people that you don't want to box. This is a heavyweight boxer, and he does this for real. So we gotta see. We're gonna see. But checking out his the highlights, is crazy.
Walks right into it. Joshua can dispose of the MMA champion.
The Argentinian.
He's still in shape
Joshua
too,
senses it.
so he's still
Goes
ready to
work.
box.
Picking some wicked. And he's gone. And I don't think he wants any part of this. He's holding his ear.
Third knockdown of the fight for Anthony Joshua. Right hand, and down goes Pulev, and that's it. And there is your...
Another big right hand. Joshua looks like he's in no rush. He's playing the matador in there at the moment. Bludgeoned him with a huge right uppercut. White is down.
Bounce back in the legs there.
As soon as that's back.
He gonna get knocked
recover from
out.
that.
He
That's
get
a
knocked
huge
out. We're gonna
uppercut.
respect him.
My goodness me, I thought he was going
You know
to
what I'm
go.
saying?
He
We're gonna
didn't.
respect him because now he's really
Massive shot
putting on a
from
good show.
And now
He's
Klitschko
taking the
going. Is
risk.
there anything
That's
left?
what they-
It doesn't
that's what
look
they
like
wanna
it.
see.
Joshua's going for the finish. Pinned in the corner here.
Better not go
Can't
soft
get
on him.
free. Joshua unloading, and that'll do it.
Better not go soft on him. On the other hand, too, we give it up to Jake. Seeing some of his highlights too. He got his knockouts.
Just stepping to the...
Put people to bed.
Push him off of his shoulder, as he's done most of this fight. Uppercut from Silva, right hand from Paul.
Feel that age. Again, moving on the back foot. Oh, left hook is down. Left hook sends Diaz to the canvas.
Jabs you were talking about. Tyron.
Man.
That one caught him good. Paul.
That's the one.
A right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a third time. And now wave it off. That win over Nate Diaz. It went the distance. Jake promising that this one will not.
A lot of these are amateur, a lot of these amateur, but it just shows that he got his techniques. So it's gonna be a different bull. So yeah, everybody's gonna be tuned to that. And see how the outcome comes. People like, I don't know what Jake's thinking. But hey, this can't be fixed. This cannot be a fixed fight. This cannot be a fixed fight. Definitely gotta be a real one. So everybody gonna want to see, make sure it's real, So everybody gonna be tuning in. Netflix still doing a lot of things over there. So that's Netflix. Another topic everybody was talking about was the quarter zips. Said the YNs, the new generation, they trying to put away the Nike Techs because they've been running Nike Techs, ski masks, things like that. They're trying to just change their whole demeanor. Sometimes they say what you wear kind of just makes you feel better, kind of just makes you do better in life. Maybe Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for the quarter zips at the end of the day. But I was like, hey, it's also time and place to wear different things. I don't like when just one trend just dominates. At the end of the day, the time and place to wear certain things. You know, if you're in professional settings or you're trying to do something, you're going out in a nice place that you're about to be at, hop on them quarter zips, you know. But if you chilling in the hood, you know, or chilling with your friends, whatever, you got one of those days, especially unless you like in the hood and you know you just cold outside and one of those days and you want to throw the hoodie on, you know, that's cool for the Nike Tech, whatever. But hey, I'm all for the young men definitely jumping on a quarter zip wave, you know, making a difference, making them feel different. I don't know what that green thing they drip drinking on, but I like that. That's cool that they trending.
Men have officially retired the Nike Techs and are entering their quarter zip era.
Nike Tech? Ew!
And honestly, I'm here for it. Now it's all about looking polished with quarter zips, V-neck sweaters, and of course, a matcha. Because ever since that I'm a matcha guy video went viral, every guy suddenly decided matcha is a personality trait.
Relax, chill, breathe, have a matcha.
Somehow, it turned into both a lifestyle and a fashion trend. Like, when did a drink become a dress code? But I have to say, this transition into a more professional look for the young generation is nice. Winston Jones, a fashion content creator on TikTok, has chimed in, giving the youth some advice. Here's what he has to say.
But one thing you guys are missing out on and need to level up on is the shawl collar cardigan.
I don't know about all that, but it's definitely cool that you know different swag games coming out. You know, you gotta, like I said, you got in your swag and your dress settings. You gotta have different things you want to add into it. You know, people don't want to see you wear the same thing, follows the same style every day. So there's different multiple styles you can just tap into. Hey, that's how you feel. Feeling that day, I'm wear that. Feel sweater that day, I'm wear this. So it's different wherever you feeling. You know, you don't want to just keep every day going put on a hoodie. Unless you in the hoodie settings. If you in the go all day put a hoodie settings, that's what you is and that's what it is. But yeah, I'm all for the quarter zip. You know what I'm saying? Put on the quarter zip time to time. So you know. So shout out to that little trend that's going around for it. After that, let's get into some motivation. This one comes from Tupac, man. It says, I don't want to be a role model. I just want to be someone who says, this is who I am. This is what I do. I say what's on my mind. You know, hey, you know, there's you grow up and you feel like, oh, do you want to be a role model? I mean, you don't. Sometimes it's funny when you don't even adapt to be a role model, and nobody wants to say, yeah, sign me up to be a role model because nobody's perfect. So you're not really a role model. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be who they want to be or do what they want to do. You know, you don't have to do what I do. Just do what you feel like is best for you. You know what you feel comfortable doing or whatever the universe brings to you or the things that you like. So yeah, you know, everybody's not a role model because I don't. I mean, it's not too many role models that you want to really be like, yeah, I want to be like that person, this and that, because you never know what they're going through and things like that in their life. So I'd say, yeah, just be you. You know, at the end of the day, just be comfortable in your own skin and be you. But yeah, that was a nice saying from Tupac. But yeah, I think that's all I got for everybody. So definitely like, subscribe, and definitely check out my music. Still check out the Born to Fail. Then check out Savage. Check out Skyrise. Check out all the new music I got going. And then I'm gonna still drop some new music coming soon. You know, and this weather is so different right now. This time of the era is so different. It feels like you know, everything gets dark at like 5 o'clock. You know, and the day's over. But yeah, make sure everybody stay your spirits up. You know, make sure you just keep your mind focused on what you want to do. And then get at it. You know, get at it. But that's all I got for today. Thank you for joining for episode 86. Round of applause again. So in the meantime, between times, peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.